We can't speak if you don't come with respect. Life will test, better come correct. So what's next? VV's round my necklaces. I'm a boss, moving so executive. Still on cream, money what my fetish is. What's the splits? Give me my percentages. For my sound, know I gotta leverage it. Damn, I love this life I live. Hold up, let me flex my wrist. Stony on my body in the winter, it get cold. Heat up by the Louis, cause I do not trust the soul. Steady plotting, they was hating, but that shit was moving slow. We just getting started, but that work I put in the most. Watch I coming like I'm always Derrick Rose. If you see me open, better feed it to the post. When my vision blurry, I was cooking on the stove. Ask around, think I'm ground, I've been new this, now they know. Always taking pictures, all you niggas do is pose. All about the veggies, need that butter on my toast. When the bread got soggy, Mason shake up on my phone. I've been thinking bigger since I was little, now I'm grown. Never to say too much, I got the Midas touch. Niggas be hating on me, but they won't bite my steez. Trey still loving a rush, if you say it's up then it's stuck. Call up the streets clean, tryna run game on team. Still on cream, money what my fetish is. What's the splits? Give me my percentages. For my sound, know I gotta leverage it. Damn, I love this life I live. Hold up, let me flex my wrist.
What's good, Ghost Host? What's good? Tim Ross. What's good? Damn cool,
We just
man.
getting
What's good,
started, but
Ayana?
that work I put in
What's
the
good, Nicholas?
most.
What's good, JJ? Why is this not a Dear Nick stream? Because I don't feel like making it. You know, like when I do the Dear streams, I put a lot of thought in the shit that like I've talked to y'all about that you dislike, that you hate. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta put some thought.
Baby, meet me at the
Good,
mall.
EJ. It's good, Jack.
We gon' shop until we fall.
I don't know what that
Blowing
was,
bags
JJ.
like, baby, what's the cost? Going
This is more my
fast,
vibe
hope your
right here.
feelings not involved. Girl, you way too far from perfect. I'm gonna hit you in the dark. And you thought that you was worth it, but you really not a part. It might be cool up on the surface, but you chilling with the stars. Always gotta be on point, or I'm gonna get hit with the dirt. All this money in the vault, Benji throw it in the cart. My niggas live life in the moment. We might not be here tomorrow. And all this time that I've been working, and I still see no result. No, we got a plan. I've been lonely, baby.
Alright. We gonna continue to keep it moving. Act like that never happened.
So I can't allow
Even though it did, nigga. Like, I saw you.
why you
What's your
act
fault?
cocky.
What's your fault?
If you agree, that's all inside my wallet. I'ma give it to you, baby, cause you pop.
They be acting like a nigga be getting millions of views off the reactions. Like, they be acting
But you
like,
worry about a comment. You know my only option. And I'm
oh my God. They be acting like, nigga, I'm Corey Kenshin. Skip the album one, okay. Do you want to replace it or do you want me to skip it? Which one? Because if you can replace it, I could just play some music real quick. Wait for you to replace it. We don't have to skip it, you know. Niggas usually just replace it, you know. EJ. A little taste of his own medicine, huh? Maybe he would stop doing it as much if he knew how I feel. You're on the computer, so you don't feel like it? Okay. I'm gonna look up something for Nicholas then. In the place of Nicholas, I'm gonna be Nicholas Pickles. All right, let's see. Let's see. What y'all want to see? What's my nigga? Let me see if he timed me out. My nigga T Pendel. I ain't watched this shit in a long I ain't watched my nigga T Pendel in a long time. Where's the T Pendel TV? This my guy, bro. I love T Pendel, bro. Where is it at? Where is his this one, Wits? Oh my gosh.
One question.
All right, so can't believe I used to crush on him hard. Hey, T Pendel, he's smooth. He's a smooth nigga. What y'all want to watch? What y'all want to watch from him? What haven't y'all watched? It seems like all y'all know who T Pendel is. I haven't watched a lot of his wits, but I remember watching like these first couple, like 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I watched the first 9. Yeah, I watched the first. Have you ever been cheated on? Yeah, I think I watched the first 9 of these. What do y'all want to see, man? I watched these. No, I don't want to watch these. What have you ever been cheated on? What YouTuber do you think is overrated? Have you ever had a one-night stand? Would you date someone made less money? Run a train on you? Women give men relationship advice? He ain't even fine. Listen, I mean, he not my type. I prefer like people with vaginas, but you know, to each his own. He ain't my type. What we talking about? Finish the sentence. How often do women think about sex? Asking women what they bring to the table. Asking girls the definition of a simp. How long should a guy last? Oh my goodness. Same commit. Smash the homies. Where you saw that? Smash the homies. No. Where did you see that? Would you date a girl that smashed the homies? Wow. Wow. We can watch that real quick. 6 minutes. Hopefully we don't get sniped down. Shout out to T Pendel, my nigga.
You're watching T Pendel and
bro, this first of all, T Pendel is not only big YouTuber, but he is hilarious. If y'all see his T Pendel gaming channel, I keep up to date with his gaming channel. I don't keep up to date with his main channels, but his gaming channels, bro, this boy is so hilarious, man. Oh my goodness. I remember the Friday 13 videos, bro. Hilarious as shit.
we in these streets.
I'm Jackson.
Andre,
Tony.
Joe, Tulio,
M.
and
Jay.
Ben,
Jake.
Owen,
Aiden.
Paul.
Y'all never gonna get no deer commit. You know why? Cause I run this shit. It's all on y'all. It's not on me. You think I'm gonna shift the blame to me if I cause the stream to get sniped down? No, that's not how it work. No. He used to collab with Trey Melvin before he turned full gay.
Zidane.
I got the
No,
sauce, I got the juice, a little bit bad, real for two.
I probably
my
seen
style,
him.
y'all are my sons, I am a vet.
I
Compare
don't
me
know
to
if I
who?
heard
Where y'all
of him.
from?
Philly.
Philly?
AZ.
New York.
Or know his
Los
name.
Angeles.
All over
I
the place.
might
Be
know-
completely
don't know him
honest.
by name.
Keep it real. Would you date a girl that hooked up with one of your friends?
Red flag. Red flag.
That's a no.
No. Not. No, I don't know. Not a chance.
Hell no. Hell no. Nah.
My man depends on how hot she is.
Right? He keeping it real. He keeping it real.
Keyword is date though.
Yeah. Don't know like how
know?
far along they hooked up. It could have been years ago. It could have been a couple months. Could have been last week. I feel like that plays a role also.
I would say so.
I wouldn't
Like
date.
if she said I did that my freshman year and y'all like are
Right.
out of college, you still
If
not
one of my
for it.
boys was hooking up.
How you gonna bring her around the crew?
With this girl, and nah, I can't date her. Nah. You know, I can't.
Alright.
Keyword date though.
It
you
do
know?
depend on how hot she is though.
Exactly,
It
man.
does.
Man, if she's a 10 and your friend is like, hey, man, go for it. Hey, dude, there's no issue.
T Pendel, I think T
All right,
Pendel
dope.
is
Appreciate y'all, man.
Six-
You
six-
out.
You out.
Thank you, man.
From DC.
or 6'4".
Okay.
I'm from Philly.
I'm from
6'5",
Maryland.
6'4".
So DMV in the building.
No, he
Annapolis.
might be 6'3". He might be
Okay,
my
okay,
height.
that's
He
what's
just
up. I got
looked
family
there.
out there. What's
I
your
think he
IG? I got
might be
IG.
It's a little long,
6'3".
but follow mnet.yabeltalk.
And
It's Jay Hurst with an underscore at the end.
all right, dope. So if y'all were dating a girl, you know what I'm saying? You dating and you like somebody, and you found out she hooked up with one of the homies. would you still like be down with her, or would you have a problem with it? Would it be a red flag?
Heck no, she gotta be gone, bro.
She gotta be gone.
She gotta be gone.
She gotta be. Okay.
Same. Yeah.
Why?
That's just wrong, bro.
Homie's been with.
Right. Okay.
You're a homie. You just ruined 2 relationships, man.
But everybody has a past, so y'all shutting it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, most definitely, it's gone.
It's a no over here, guys.
Stomping it out, bro.
Where y'all from?
First, bro.
New Jersey.
All right, Dirty Jerry.
New York.
Okay. What part of New York?
Staten Island, New York.
All right, dope. Y'all have Instagram?
At JS Welton.
What do you guys think?
Just let me know if it's low vibrations on this plate that y'all see. If that's corn, that shit look ass. If that is mashed potatoes, that shit. What you got this from Boston Market? That chicken look kind of spectacular, splendid though. I ain't gonna lie. It's low vibrations.
If you were
don't gotta
dating
answer the
someone and
question.
you found out she hooked up with one of your
low
friends,
vibrations on these
would it be a red flag or would you be fine with it? I'm definitely throwing the Jeopardy music in on this long ponder of thought.
Yeah. That's a tough question. Because we're also in college, you know?
Right. And circles are small.
People make mistakes.
Yeah.
Whether a mistake or not.
Yeah, I feel like you can't judge someone's past, so it's just
Right.
like when you meet them, that's kind of
There's a line that can be drawn there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody has a past.
Yeah.
And it's different if like y'all hooked up like last week.
Yeah. Yeah, or the night before.
Right.
Minutes before, you know?
Right. You never know. In college. What's your IG?
IG at Owen.Kernan, C-U-R-N-I-N.
Where you from?
I live in Maine.
Why he's so
yeah.
big?
I'm from New York, though.
All right, well, welcome to like
nigga
the
is
hotness,
a
I
whole
guess. You
white
get like a
man.
hurricane one day, and then we get like some hot ass sun
you
another
know,
day.
you know.
What year you in?
I'm a sophomore.
Okay, cool. All right, so. Oh my bad. I'm telling them damn skateboarders be scaring me, man. Would it be a red flag or would it be a problem if you were dating someone interested in a girl and you found out she hooked up with one of your friends?
Like one of my good boys? Or,
Yeah, like one of the homies, like the
Yeah.
crew. It would be a problem?
like recently, or what are you talking about?
I don't know, just in general.
To me, I'd have to talk with my boy.
Yeah, see how it went
It's
down, see how
awesome.
everything
Yeah.
transpired.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But y'all serious?
Yeah,
How long ago was it?
It'd have to be like what happened.
30 and still be a sophomore.
All right, that's what's up.
But other than that,
still
it'd
be
be all
hitting
right.
the
It'd be straight. I'm telling some
Like,
everybody
nothing.
human, everybody got a pass. And then some dudes, I was like, as long as it's not like the last week or the night before.
Yeah, hell no.
Like, be a little
I'm
crazy.
about to be out of that.
Where you from?
Maryland.
What?
Yeah.
I'm from Maryland too.
Oh,
What
really?
part of Maryland
Whoa,
you
that's
from?
probably why I seen your videos
I'm
then.
from Annapolis.
I'm from Columbia. Well, used to live in Baltimore.
Okay, dope. That's like you're like the second person today I met from Maryland. That's
Cool.
what's up. What's your Instagram?
It's Aiden.rowe, AIDAN.ROWE. Follow me.
Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, a nigga. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, a nigga.
Yo, follow my dog. Maryland, DMV in the building. We out here. Would it be a red flag or problem
Okay.
if you were talking to a girl or like the girl or whatever,
Kelly
and you
mixed
found
with,
out she hooked up with one of your homeboys?
Dash, just a dash.
Would it be a problem?
of,
Yeah.
Robin Thicke.
So you wouldn't do it?
Just a dash.
Like, would you still date her?
And a dash
Date.
of
Yeah.
Justin
I
Timberlake.
don't know about date. No.
You might still hook up, do a little
I mean, it just
And a
depends on who it
sprinkle of
was. If I
Justin
was close
Bieber.
with them, like the whole
something.
situation.
The awkwardness,
Right.
all that. But you would still like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't-
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. Nice meeting you. I am out here with.
I'm Jackson,
Where you from?
Florida.
What part of Florida?
From Jupiter.
Okay, Jupiter in the building. All right.
This nigga look like the nigga with the freckles from Jesse that was hitting on Jesse as a little kid, and he was a little freak leak. Y'all remember him with the freckles? I think they made a video like he done spiraled out of control, like Orlando Brown in this bitch. Where the fuck is Orlando Bloom? Fuck Orlando Brown. Where is my nigga Bloom? Where is my nigga? I don't dance. I say you can. Not a chance. Oh, I don't do no sin on the answer. I don't. Where my nigga Bloom at? He died. That's what happened. Rest in peace, my nigga Luke. Rest in peace. Cameron Boyce. Damn, that's what happened. Rip. Don't laugh don't say rip and laugh. That shit's sad for real. Bruh, he been dead since 2019. I don't know. I just saw I saw his name and he used to be on Jesse and I ain't see like everything else. But damn, rest in peace though. Yeah, that's tough though, Nick. That's tough. Don't do that. But damn, my nigga Cameron Boyce, that's his name. His final words were, "He loves everything and everyone." That's probably the best final words you can have as a human. Everything Nick says is wild. That's true.
So we're out here with Jackson from Jupiter. Would you seriously date a girl who hooked up with one of your friends?
I mean, it depends if they're like serious.
Right.
You know what I mean?
If that situation was serious?
Yeah, if theirs was serious. Like, if it was just like a one night thing, then
Yeah, he
maybe
was
in, like,
he was really
I don't
young.
know.
Yeah, that's what a couple guys saying.
remember
Like,
I
it
read
depends
some about it, I
also
just
like
didn't
the
really-
time gap.
Yeah.
Like if it didn't
yeah,
happen
not like
read it
right
a
back
month
to
ago.
back.
Yeah.
You know, you
All right,
saw
where y'all
that
from?
headline.
From Miami.
It just said
Jordan.
Cameron Boyce.
Okay, that's what's up. Would you seriously date a girl that hooked up with one of your friends?
Allegations.
Not date. But we kind of have a rule.
The homies got a rule.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can get with a girl that your homie got with
Okay.
after 45 showers.
What'd you say now, Chuck?
So, all right. So probably 45 days. I hope. Maybe 50.
on the
Cause
person.
Could be less, too.
you could skip a day or two here and there.
This is a set rule we said before.
All right. So how many like
Unless
in
it
the
goes
group
serious,
that
though.
agrees with the rule?
Pretty much everyone.
In y'all group, what's the number? Like what size of y'all?
Probably 12.
12 of y'all. Oh, that's what's up. That's a solid
If
number.
they don't agree, they don't want it. Like,
All right.
we don't do it.
Okay, dope. What's
My
your IG?
Instagram is Paul_official.
That nigga said
Zidane.
after 45
Who's that?
showers.
We dropping videos every week. Don't miss an episode of Wits. Subscribe and turn your notifications on. I'm gonna see y'all next.
I love T Pendel, bro. I highly suggest y'all watch his gaming channel, bro. He is hilarious on the gaming channel, bro. I be dying, bro. This is my nigga. I ain't gonna lie. He hilarious on the gaming channel. But we're gonna skip this. That was to replace this video. We got Duke Dennis with D Block Slam Ball 2v2 tournament. Yeah, we just go stop these mulatto misgivings. It's tough, bro. Why you did Mr. Legend like that, man? See, it's stuff like that that when I be saying that we gotta come together as a unit and discuss.
Hey, what's up, man? Welcome back to D Block Slam Ball. You already know.
Who damn cousin is that? That's JJ cousin for sure. Nigga got the Michael Strahan gap. Nigga look like Charleston White in the face. Oh my God. You for sure was a baby kid when you was. Come on now.
Hey, what's up, man? Welcome back to D Block Slam Ball. You already know.
We're getting ready, man.
Peace out, man.
Go crazy, bro.
Peace out.
Hey, I'm going for straight highlights. I don't care if I win, lose. I'm going for straight highlights. But what you think about the drip, though?
Why you on Jam Tip? So you be on Jam Tip, Ghost. Why you on his tip like that? Every time he come in the chat, you be like, baby, 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 oh. Like, why you on him like that? Chill off Jam Cool Man Dude. Chill off of him. Cool off of him, bro.
With it. Right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Right?
Hell yeah.
All right, I've been taking off. I just wanted to ask your little opinion. You know what I'm saying?
2v2 tournament, double elimination. If you lose, your ass is great. Oh, yeah. If you lose them by 2, you can go team.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah.
Your ass like green on grass. Tip it this way. Tip it this way. Oh, shit.
Diego is funny as hell.
Time to get active.
Shit, y'all ain't good at that game though, fellas. I ain't gonna care. I had to play first. Hey, fast breaks is what we on. You know what I'm saying? This some smoke, cause I know you smoke too. They ain't none of my business though. Fast breaks, all right? After the third fast break, we're gonna have a whole bunch of free dogs. You ready? All right. Ready? You ready? You ready? Yeah.
You guys see?
We still on cops. Hey, Dirk. I call out Dirk.
Nothing about it. I'm not coming back. All right, Mr. Finn. You know, we apologize. Next time that happens, you know, we gonna take Ghost Host mob privileges away from him indefinitely. Easy fix.
Damn. Hey, real one. Ready? Yeah.
This is why I left in the first place. It's all right. Like I said, let me know. I got you. We're not going to continue to do it. It's okay, Mr. Finn. Calm your ass down, all right? Calm down. Ghost host, and you're not deserving of a mod. Oh my goodness. Y'all is heated up. Y'all is heated up. Y'all is heated up. He's picking on me. He times out a lot of people. But he will put a stop.
can't block that dunk. You can't block it. He tried. He tried.
All right. All right.
Alright, peace out, Mr. Judge. Hope you join us again. If not, I understand. It's okay. It's free. This community is not for everybody. I'm still gonna forever be a DGZ. Peace out, man. Have a good night. Morning. That's how my shot is doing. They be ugly, but they go in. That nigga look like Moneybag Yo in the face. They got Moneybag Yo in the face on the team. Niggas got Rainbow in the face on the team.
Come here, hey. Boy.
Something to do, bro. So it's just supposed to do, man.
Yeah. Now he threw it at dude.
Shit! Boy got the hardest clip up here today. Who? Little Chris Wood right there. That nigga, that was funny. Nobody funny than him.
Hey, what's bro snap name, bro?
Almighty Nasty, man. My boy right here, Q Nasty. Almighty Nasty. Almighty Nasty together, Snapchat. And you can get with me,
Flight 8 and
BGMPC4L.
You know what they about.
Mine City Heights.
You know what they about.
It ain't, bro. It's Almighty. You don't forgot.
That's my name.
Oh, it is.
That's how they get
Almighty.
their money, man.
Almighty.
Being who they are.
Almighty Nasty. City Heights. What is it?
13D.
13D.
Yeah,
It's still nasty. Look at him.
Hey,
Hey, this how nasty he is. Look how nasty he is.
Ready? Hey, I'm ready. Let's go. I like it about this, man.
God damn! Damn!
That's tough. He really has 4+2. No, you're lying. That's not a fact. That's not a what? He do?
No, go ahead.
I believe it, but I don't think he do.
Get him up out of there. Get him up out of there.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
That's not even a female
Hey, I ain't getting back up there no more. I'm done. Hey, I gotta get him. He just called me out. Hey. He got his number. Devo Migo. Devo Migo.
That's tough. I mean, that's his life. He'll never catch me with no post like that. So I ain't gotta worry about you having no kids. And I'll tell you, as soon as I have a kid, it'll be the saddest day on earth. I'll be on here. Hey, you got knocked the fuck out. Shit serious out here. I'm gonna need y'all to subscribe to my Patreon. So giving this nigga diapers.
A B got in my face. It was a B. Hey man, that's it for D-Block Slam Ball, man. Hey look, merch out. Know y'all been seeing me hooping my D-Block shorts, man. You know what I'm saying? New merch out, man. Make sure y'all go shop. Make sure y'all like the video. We might do a 1v1 tournament next time, man. This video gets 75K. We'll do a 1v1. Hey, y'all down with that? Yeah. A 1v1 tournament. Appreciate all my dogs for coming out, man.
You know we fucking with y'all.
Light that motherfucker up. Already. Light that motherfucker up, man. Hey, man, it's your boy Dennis, man. We out, man. Yes, sir.
Hey, D-Block. Next we got Sapphire. My girl, Sapphire. The Nightmare Employee Stories with Sapphire. Animated Scary Stories. The new employee. Let's get it.
Hi, Oddings. Welcome to Stories with Sapphire.
Oddings.
I'm your at the Sapphire.
I don't like that.
The following story is loosely inspired by a person my friend once knew. And now, it's story time.
Nah, Sapphire been solid on us so far, so I got faith in Sapphire. Jubilee.
Jamie was the manager of a
what was up
popular
with that one
casual
video.
clothing store and had
Why it was
just
so
received a
special to
call
them, but-
about a new transfer coming that day, named Elizabeth. This type of thing was common, but Jamie kept hearing employees gossiping about the incoming coworker. My friend worked with her at the Fern location. He said she has issues. My friend at the Westlake location said she doesn't like people looking her in the eye or getting near her.
Nigga
My friend
like,
at the Oaks
Taraji
location
P.
said she
Henson in
can't
the
be
face.
fired because her mom is the CEO. My friend at the Newberry location said she stabbed a manager. Jamie just rolled her eyes. It was often frustrating to work with young, gossipy high school kids, so
a
she
young
just
Keke
politely
Palmer in the
reminded
face.
them to mind their own business and get back to work. Although she'd be lying if she wasn't just the tiniest bit more curious and nervous to meet this
JJ, I appreciate it if
Elizabeth.
you don't talk about my
At
girl
11
like that.
a.m., the
You know?
doors opened.
I understand. She
Every
always
head
look good.
turned to
That's
the
my girl,
entrance.
though. Okay.
In
So
walked
let's keep it that way.
something Jamie had never seen before. A person with absolutely no emotion, no expression, not an ounce of personality in her clothing. Literally the most blank canvas of a person. Jamie was taken aback by how uncomfortable Elizabeth made her feel, but reminded herself that that was not enough to dismiss someone. Jamie began orientation as was usual with new transfers, smiling widely and making jokes, but Elizabeth's face never changed. She was incredibly quiet, but when she did speak, it was almost a mumble. Her eyes were constantly darting around, hands fiddling in her pockets. Jamie continued to smile and remained patient throughout the training session. She must have a lot on her mind, she thought to herself. The important thing is that she does her job well. Once the orientation was over, Jamie asked Elizabeth to fold some of the unorganized shirts on the tables while she managed the register. From the register, Jamie would occasionally look over at Elizabeth to see how she was doing. She was like an organization robot, folding clothes and cleaning up with speed and precision. Sometimes it looked like she was mumbling to herself. She'd fiddle with her pockets again. The other employees shot Jamie a glance whenever this happened, but Jamie looked away. There was nothing wrong, nothing tangibly wrong with Elizabeth. Another hour or so went by, and Jamie had almost forgotten about Elizabeth. Until a middle-aged woman came into the store. The second Elizabeth saw her, she bolted towards her and blocked her entrance. You can't come in here. You need to leave. Excuse me? You can't come in here. You need to leave. Don't make me say it again. I have never been so offended in my life. I'm calling security. The woman disappeared in a puff of anger out the door. Everyone in the store stared silently as Elizabeth turned around and went right back to what she was doing before. Jamie let out a deep sigh. She knew she could not ignore what just happened. What even was that? She carefully approached Elizabeth. Hey, Elizabeth, I know you just moved here. And I know things must be hard for you right now, but you can't talk to customers like that. It's unacceptable. I have to ask you to leave right now. Elizabeth turned around and looked Jamie directly in the eyes and began bawling. Jamie's heartstrings tugged and she took a step towards Elizabeth to comfort her, which then caused Elizabeth's demeanor to shift again, and she lunged towards Jamie. She was immediately pulled away from Jamie from behind by the mall cop.
I'm black. Come on now.
Elizabeth was inconsolable. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's okay. I've heard about. I just hope you get the help you need.
Get the fuck out of here.
No. I'm sorry I couldn't get rid of it. Get rid of what? The demon that's attached to you. I've never seen anything like it before. It was calling in other entities. Nothing I did was working. It's too powerful, and it's only getting stronger. I'm sorry I couldn't transfer it in time. You're on your own now. Good luck. The cop dragged Elizabeth away with her hands behind her back.
I'm gonna be like,
what?
Hold up, I need her to come back. And what you said, a demon? What is it? No. She wasn't crazy. No. We refuse to press charges. Tell her ass to come right back here. What is you talking about? A demon? What? Wow.
Demon. Elizabeth, what demon?
She thick. Wait a minute.
If you don't want to have a powerful demon attach itself to you, like this video and subscribe to my channel. Submit your own stories to storieswithsapphire@gmail.com. For more spooky, supernatural, and spiritual stories, listen to the Stories with Sapphire podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. If you like what you saw and would like to support this independently run show, head over to patreon.com/
I don't got no demons on me. That was great. That was great. Aside from you, nigga. I just want to see the baddie. I just want to see. I'm not going to show it, but like, let me. Liz, that's Liz. Okay. 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 Chloe, okay. No. 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 I'm cool on that. Mm-mm. 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 We got Joe Mama with Tommy, NFG, The Art of Down Badness. That's what I've been saying, Nick. She done fuck some niggas in her time. She done fuck some niggas in her time. She got attacked by demons, and the last thing Komet says is she kind of thick. What I'm supposed to do for her, JJ? She's already gone to the Netherlands. I can't rebuke them now. It's not happening in real time. She was kind of thick. She kind of looked like, somebody I seen on the Corn Hub, I told my straight friend that I liked him and it didn't end well. Well, EJ, you can imagine he's straight. I mean, it's not going to end well. It's not. But it's good that you got that out in the open. Now, everybody can move on, whether it be y'all continue to be friends or whatever. It's good to get that out in the open. I've had plenty of girls where I'm like, I'll pipe you down. And I never said nothing. And it just was very awkward, And I could have prevented that just by saying simply like, hey, look, I want to pipe you down. And they said, no, go away. All right, cool, I'm out of here. Hopefully, Augustine. Hopefully. And yes, that's perfect, Nick. An unfortunate learning experience. You gotta treat everything as a learning experience. If it's not a lesson, it's a blessing. If it ain't a blessing, it's a lesson. That's my motto for everything.
On the exact day I'm recording this video, November 15th.
Does this nigga wear the same fit when he record? Did he record all these videos in one day? Like, why does this nigga got the same fit on?
2:34 p.m. The Earth has just hit 8 billion total people on the planet, which is just a crazy, staggering number to think about. The world is a beautiful thing, is it not? I'm just imagining all the endless possibilities that us and our future generations hold for the world, hoping to change it and make it a more unified world that everyone can live in harmony with together, while making something of our lives.
I'll tell you this right now: to solve 90% of the world's problem, all it involves is communication and openness. That's all it requires. But you know, niggas and humans in general, I'm not gonna say niggas, humans just be so stuck in their ways, and they think that this is the way to go. They're scared to be vulnerable. You know, like I would never tell no Tatiana how I feel. You kidding me? I would never tell you, hey, I got some feelings for you. Hey, would you want to? No. Unspoken Riz, you know what I'm saying? That's how that come about. But let's continue.
Time. And yet, with all this unification the world is making, the gathering of people with all types of culture, and our population reaching absolutely insane numbers, you still somehow get zero play in your life. I mean, how is that even possible? 8 billion people in this world, and you're telling me you haven't found one? One? That's just sad, man. I mean, just look at you. You're a sad sack of shit. But I say this with a sort of ironic sense to it because I'm also in that group of people. And this group of people has been becoming more and more common in our society. Our society has changed night and day compared to how it used to be back when boomers were our ages. Like, I swear, life was moving at speedrun levels for them back in the good old days. They finished school at 18, got married at 19, bought a full-on house at 20 years old with a mortgage that probably costed them like $50 a month because, you know, it was the 20th century. Shit didn't cost anything back then, and had 3 kids at the age of 21. Bro, you ain't even lived your life yet, and yet it's just completely switched for our generation. If they saw how 2 generations later that we're scared to even walk up and give our order to the McDonald's cashier without stuttering or messing up, I know damn well that they're looking at us disappointed as hell. But all this tension that's built up in our generation, mainly sexual tension, I would say, from people that don't got none, has also been leading these people into another category, a new term known as the down bad individual. The term down bad has become a staple in our society in the past couple of years. It's used in songs, talked about everywhere online, and even said in movies. But first, what is the exact definition of
because I be looking at these cartoon
down
characters
bad defined by Urban Dictionary is the following.
The same emotions that y'all feel. But because I express it, I'm down bad. But y'all just feel it inside, so that don't make y'all down bad. That's crazy. It's all right, though. I'll be the bad guy. Y'all need people like me. As Scarface once said, y'all need people like me.
Down bad is the act of sacrificing your morals and reputation to try and interact with someone romantically. And it's become more of a commonplace in the newer generations.
No, see, this is... Look. Is that Steve Kerr, nigga? Who is that? Who is doing this? Oh, my goodness.
Compared to the older generations. And I think we can attribute this explosion of down bad people to a couple of reasons. One, which is 100%, if not completely all of it, is social media. If I was to ask my granddad how to ask out a girl I like and how he's been able to stay in such a long, fulfilling marriage, he would probably tell me to, oh, just go up to them and tell them how you really feel. So all I have to do is go up to them and ask them? Yeah, that's way too much. So if you can't tell, a lot of dudes are honestly really scared of rejection. And yes, I'm saying dudes because let's be real, guys do about 99% of the work in rizzing up and asking out. And
this is the key. This is what I've always told people that ask me, hey, how you got that girl? How you know, I see you with a lot of people. How you... The attempt is the most crucial part. You see the baddest girl in the room, right? And you're like, I'm not going to talk to her because she's bad. She got better things to do. She got more men in her life that are better looking than me, got more going for themselves than me. So I don't need to do that. You think about that. You have that mentality. 99% of the men in that room that want to talk to her have that same mentality. So if you're good enough to go up to be like, hey, man, I I like that bracelet that you wear. Where you got that from? You know what I'm saying? What does that mean? What does that stand for? I like your eyes, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I like the fact that you do blah blah blah. That's all women are looking for. Just that icebreaker. And then if you're trash after that, they're going to decipher. But they're always looking for that icebreaker. Somebody that's not scared to stand out from a room and be like, hey, I like you. What's up? That's it, man. And I've got rejected it plenty of times. Like if I have to put my ratio, shout out to Tommy NFG, if I had to put my ratio into a percentage base, it's probably like 50% of the time I get rejected. But the other 50, Curry from deep, Jordan Poole, Clay, oh my, Kyrie Irving. I'm like that, you know? Nick, maybe I can learn more learning experiences from you. It's a joke before y'all say anything. It's a joke. EJ, it's sad we got to do that now, right? It's sad. EJ, you only been talking to Nick. What, you want him to talk to you? Ghost. If you jealous, just say that. If you period.
I really blame these guys for feeling like this. No. Rejection never becomes an easy thing to deal with. And some of these rejection social media posts kind of make me shiver in fear as well. There's literally an entire meme where the girl you open up to screenshots your DM and sends it in her friend's group chat where they all laugh at you. Like, how can you be that evil? And how do you even recover from that? Of course, that's not everybody acting like that in this world. But if that wasn't true, would Juice WRLD have made the song All Girls Are the Same? I don't think so. Also, I'd be damn.
The thing is, Tommy, I know in your life, you know, you probably haven't even attempted to shoot your shot at a girl. Maybe you have, but I'm just assuming that you have not. And you're scared of rejection. Listen, they only do that if they don't like the man that has shot their shot. So Tommy, you're a decent looking guy. You're not nowhere near Komet standards. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a 10 out of 10, obviously. You're like a cool, smooth 6, you know. But if the girl finds you attractive, they won't do that. They will give you the time of day. So you have to shoot your shot. The rule of probability. You shoot your shot enough, somebody's going to find you attractive. Somebody's going to find you hilarious. Somebody's going to find you worth their time and effort. So that's what men do. We just shoot it everywhere. Just you get it. You get a DM. You get a DM. You get a DM. And eventually somebody's going to catch on that hook. You know what I'm saying? And you reel them in. A 6 is good looking? I think so. A 6 is above average. 5 is average, which is mid. It's like 6, you're good looking. 6, 7 is like you're good looking. 8, 9, 10 is when you're going to the baddie status. When you reach 8, 9, 10, that's the baddie status, you know. I'm actually 20% straight. So cute is not good looking to you? For somebody being cute, they're not good looking? I don't understand. It doesn't correlate to me, Nick. What's good, Andrew W? Hey, you need to watch the stream before. I had a whole segment about you. Andrew W, I had a whole segment. You didn't even see it.
Damn sure lying if I say it didn't scare the shit out of me with just the thought of it actually happening. And from the typical down bad guy's perspective of this, he's just gonna look at it like, okay. 1, either ask out the average looking girl in his town to potentially get rejected and potentially get made fun of. Or 2, spend his time looking at the girl that's a 10 out of 10 on social media with a perfectly constructed personality for social media. Yeah, he's picking the second one. Which is why in the past 10 years we've seen the rise of things like the e-girl. Probably one of the worst inventions these down bad individuals have created. E-girls have everything an utter loser would want in his life. Number 1, wearing excessive amounts of makeup. Number 2, unrealistic dyed hair colors. Number 3, watching anime supposedly. And number 4, whatever the living hell this fucking face came from. I don't know where it did, but I don't like it. I don't honestly have any problem with e-girls. Shit, I mean, if any e-girls want to hit me up, you know what I'm saying? I mean, is you gonna suck, man? But there is kind of something that just irks me about this. The fact that some of these girls can literally just make a TikTok bobbling their head up and down and lip sing into a song on TikTok and get paid millions is absurd to me. It's like they're just clones at this point. I can't even tell half of them apart. What's worse though is the down bad guys that play into it. And the crazy thing is, some of these dudes will come out and start complaining about these type of girls on social media, saying, oh, but it's unfair, you know, that they're making this bread. I'm still working on 9 to 5. Buddy, you contributed to their existence. If you're commenting or actively engaging with one of these accounts in any type of way, whether through following, liking their posts, commenting on their post, or DMing them even though you have no chance, then you're supporting them. The same thing goes for the rise of OF girls as well. The fact that someone like Bad Baby, who is the same age as me, 19 years old, did not only break the record for OnlyFans sales in the first 6 hours of it being open, $1 million, all while she just turned 18, but also made $50 million in a year from her OF is so disturbing. And I just want to point out real quick, I'm a feminist, you know, get your bag, sis, you know what I'm saying? I don't get any problems with it. But I mean, come on, it's just ridiculous. It can't just be me, right? So if you're my homie and I ever see you with this app on your phone, I'm respectfully going to beat some sense into you. Like, do some of y'all forget there's a magical app called Reddit? Why do you have this app when you could use this app to get it for free? But because of this, more than ever have e-girls and online influencers been making it back from some of y'all down bad individuals. Looking at y'all like cash cows. And you want to know how I knew this era was going to start eventually? Remember when Belle Delphine? Yes, Belle Delphine. I know that name seems...
Listen, he's making all these videos, and I love them. These are great videos because a lot of men need to hear this. But what experience have you gone through to say anything like this? You're 19 years old. You're 1 or 2 years, depending on when you were born, years removed from high school. Where has your experience led you to say any of this stuff? And this is the problem I have. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with people being like, you know, on their Andrew Tate red pill, blue pill bag. But you have to have the experience to back it up. Andrew Tate is what, 36 years old? Come on now. He has had plenty of experiences. You see all these other podcasters that's trying to support and extend men's dominance again, they say. But 19 years old, Tommy, what have you gone through that have led you to this path? Or just the people that you viewed? It's not life experiences, it's just the people that you've watched. And this is your opinion based on that, right? The motherfuckers who brought Bad Baby OnlyFans when she immediately turned 18 need to be investigated. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Yeah. But the thing that I'm not saying I agree with anything Andrew Tate says. Some of the things I find intriguing. He's a very polarizing figure, right? I'm just saying that he has real life experience. He has enough years in the game to be like, hey, yeah, I've went through this. I've done it all. I've seen it all. Versus Tommy being 19 years old, and this is recent. He's only 19. Y'all just saying random shit. Kevin Hart, R. Kelly. Exactly. Because if you talk to anybody that ever met Andrew Tate in real life, they say he's respectful. Obviously, it's all exaggerated. This is what I've been trying to tell y'all. Even me, when I'm on live streams, when I'm on video, this is exaggerated. Sure, I'm this person in real life, but it's not to the extremes. You know, y'all see this on the video, I'm probably like this in real life, you know. Still funny, still hilarious, still cool to be around. Still a 10 out of 10 wingman. It's not the same though.
ancient now, started selling her bathwater and sold out of it in 3 days, I knew we were f***ed after that. I feel like the down bad individual's state of mind changed after that moment in history. It's like we weren't meant to have that moment happen as soon as it did in society and history. Do you guys?
So you mean my nigga Erica Baidu was selling her pussy scent and she couldn't sell it out, but this girl sold her bath water out in 3 days. Actually, let me stop capping. I think the Erica Baidu pussy scent did sell out. Let me stop capping. You know, I was gonna buy some, but it sold out. It sold out too quick. It was too quick. I remember. You need to be in prison.
You guys ever notice those things in history? Some things happen way too early and you're like, wow, maybe it should have just happened later in life. Because then we started to see the emergence of new, even worse terms. Words such as mommy became common words that are used. And not for the correct way of use, which was for our mothers who we love and raised us to become the people we are today, but for the random e-girl that would never notice our existence. You can go to any random e-girl's TikTok post and it'll be full of dudes calling her mommy and all types of things. Then you can't forget about something I like to call the barking era, which was notably one of the worst progressions man made as a species. For a while on social media, every time any e-girl posted some type of pic for these down bad motherfuckers to look at, it would just be a full comment section of guys barking. I mean, just look at this comment section as an example. Absolutely deplorable and disgusting and everything. Wait, why am I there? Like, how are you so shameless that you can comment this in some random girl's comment section for the entirety of Earth's population to see, yet can't ask that girl out that you've had a crush on for years? It's quite the art portrait we're painting. But I've come to the conclusion that it's much easier for a group of down bad guys to move in hordes and comment this stuff together on an e-girl's post. Because imagine if it was just one dude commenting the same thing on a girl's post and no one else is. Then he's labeled as a creep immediately. But if multiple people do it, they're considered as just a bunch of down bad dudes. It sounds funnier that way, to be honest. Also, I've noticed the longer that you're down bad, the more, let's say, weirder things you'll get into. Which has always made me wonder something. Why are there niggas out there that love feet? I deadass thought it was a joke when I heard people were actually into feet. Like, you're really into these things? These things? We've gotten so down bad to the point that there's even websites like Feet Finder now, which is like OF, but for feet. And you can't tell me that's not a factor of down badness.
Didn't I tell you about Feet Finder? I told y'all niggas about Feet Finder. Don't let Tommy. I told y'all about this. I made y'all hip. So if y'all niggas that got some feet pics, it's because of me. I put y'all on.
I was not hearing shit about feet until I grew up. However, it's been proven that the more down bad you are in life, the more you're gonna like weirder, potentially not so good things to like. Also, I think another thing that contributed to this down badness period was the quarantine period. When quarantine happened, and the entire world was just pretty much locked in their houses, people who didn't have no play before just got their chances delayed by a solid 2 years of making any progress. It's like the world wanted to nerf some of our skill sets on purpose. And even people with higher skill sets got nerfed as well. So this 2-year period of us staying inside and having no type of physical socialization going on sadly led a lot of people turning into a down bad individual, doing anything they could to fill the void of actually talking to people in real life. And what is the first thing people went to after being down bad and trapped inside for so long? TikTok, the place where the most e-girliest of girls reside. Quarantine was like the gold rush for e-girls to speedrun fame and take advantage of horny ass teens. I feel like it also changed the perspective for some young guys to think, because now with TikTok, dudes are scrolling and seeing an e-girl that's a 10 on every video from their For You page. So now in their minds, they think, okay, every girl has got to look like this at my school in real life. But then they come to realize that those e-girls that are 10s out of 10s on TikTok are about 0.01% of the population. You got a better chance of Michael Jackson moonwalking out his grave than bagging one of them. So then they have no choice but to flock to these e-girls since their conditions aren't met and comment things that their grandmother probably wouldn't approve of. Brother, this is a public comment section. None of y'all should ever be commenting something like this. This also has messed up some dudes' perspectives as well, because there could be a girl in real life that's still pretty but not exactly on the level of those e-girls, and some dumbass kid would just say she's mid or not like that now, acting like they would even have a chance with them if they wanted to. I'm not gonna lie, some of you are so down bad and too used to seeing the top of the top online that you don't realize there's levels to this entire thing. I hate to break it to you, but you're not gonna bag that top of the line e-girl on TikTok or Instagram, especially with this type of riz. Also, let's keep it above. You're probably mid yourself, which is okay. Don't.
Who gave this nigga Tommy Riz? Who gave this nigga Tommy the game? Cause he got a big bro. He got a big bro somewhere. I don't know if he talks about his family, but he's just not like this from a 19-year-old standpoint. And if he is, I applaud him, because me as a 19-year-old, I was a dog. I was a dog. I'm not saying I was a dog like I'm hitting anything moving, but I was a dog as far as like, I don't care what I gotta say. I don't care if you call me down bad. I'm getting the woman that I'm trying to sleep with tonight. And back in the day, from 18 to 22 years of age, I was damn near 99.9% successful in any girl I tried to bag. Nowadays, I'm about 50% because I keep it real with them. Back then, I'll say whatever. But nowadays, I tend to keep it real.
Don't worry about that. But just play in the field you were put on. Unless if you're rich, famous, or grew up with that girl before she got famous, you got zero chances of being with her, buddy. You have to have Pete Davidson levels of risk to be able to be mid and pull the baddest bitches ever. I still have no clue how this man does it, and I will forever be a hater of him. Somebody needs to give me the tactic. But the disease of down badness unfortunately makes these dudes think they still have a chance with them, not knowing that they're just chasing a vapious, empty void that will never be filled by doing this. God, I sound like one of those red pill I'm sorry, guys. I also think society's standards sort of plays into this down badness. Now more than ever, because of social media has the standards of men set to the most absolute highest it's ever been at. Back then, what did it really take to have a fulfilling, loving marriage? You just needed to be a nice guy, be financially stable, and have a great connection with family. But now, it's different. Some girls will write a full-on Victorian letter on the standards they have for men to do. The standards will be written out like the Declaration of Independence. It's to the point where you can't even fulfill some of those things. And then when you ask them what do they do to contribute to these standards, they're just like, well, this bomb-ass pussy. Bro, nobody want to hear that shit. So then some guys just think after this, well, it would be better to just send for the girl that doesn't show her standards and doesn't know I exist. Most of the time, though, when I do see any of these absolutely insane standards on TikTok or Twitter from some girl, I feel thankful, because now I know not to approach your ass by any means at all. And okay, I think I've talked about down badness for men enough in this video. Let's switch the roles real quick. Like I said, man, I'm a feminist, I'm all about equality. Down badness for women. Down badness for men versus down badness for women is completely different. And this is simply due to a biological difference. You see, if a woman is down bad, she can pretty much solve it in a day or so. Guys are hornballs. They'll do anything it takes to get a quick nut off their schmeat. But the difference from guys versus girls I notice in this is girls tend to be more down bad for the biggest celebrities and spend an absolute fat bag on them. Like they'll do anything and buy anything that they're promoting. For example, let's take any type of K-pop group. The amount of money some of these K-pop fangirls spend is absolutely absurd. They'll buy every single song, album, and merchandise offered at them within a snap. And have you seen the size of these concerts some of these K-pop dudes hold? That should be filled from the very darkest back corner to the very tippy front of rows. Also, girls are way more upfront about their down badness than guys are. While yes, guys do post these publicly down bad comments in the comment sections, they're not really meant to be seen. If one of their homies sees them commenting this, they're gonna screenshot it and make fun of them until they delete it. Meanwhile, girls do not care about that. They'll post like 10 photos of that celeb with heart emojis on their stories, talk about how no man will ever reach the caliber that their celebrity crush is, and sleep next to a picture of them and hoping one day it will work out. Meanwhile, guys are just kind of ashamed of their level of down badness. We're exactly two polar opposites of each other. Also, some girls will take this down badness way too far, like celebrity crushes. I don't really like the notion of celebrity crushes in the way some girls push it sometimes. It's okay if you're not in a relationship to be down bad and do whatever you want. I really don't care. But if you're in a relationship and are still posting photos of that celebrity crush on your social media, always talking about it in your partner's ear and letting them know how much you love them, that is the weirdest actions to ever do. I will never trust any girl that is like that. How are you gonna be laying down with your boyfriend and also posting pictures of some random celebrity that doesn't even know what you are, saying things like, one day we will be together? What are you doing? You're in a full-on committed relationship with someone already. And right after that point, it should just completely stop. And then some girls will be like, oh, but you're just insecure, aren't you, right? You're insecure about it. It's the insecurities for me. However, if the role...
Listen, that shit is dead. That should have people saying, women in particular saying, hey, you're just insecure, right? If a man set his boundaries saying, hey, I don't want you to post on another man's pic saying that one day we'll be together. If that's his boundary and he has said that, that's no longer insecure. He has said that. So if he says, hey, I don't want you to go out with your friends unless I'm with you, that's his boundary. He's already said that. He already set the precedent. So if you choose to go out after that, don't be surprised when the relationship ends or the divorce papers are handed to you, because that's his limit. And girls are so popular. Girls are so known for pushing men's limits to the brink, seeing, hey, how far would they go? How far can I take it? And I'm sounding a little bit red pill, but I'm like Tommy. I'm a feminist for sure. So you're entitled to do that, but don't be surprised at the consequences at all. Me, I'm a free spirit. So if you say I'm going out with my friends, for sure, for sure. Hey, can you come and do that thing that I like at 6:30 and my girl's going out? You know, we both on the same type of timing. But if I'm a man that wants to be committed to you and you say I'm going out with friends, you can't come. But I'm not gonna do nothing. It's, you know, even though I'm going out the place where I get the most attention, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm doing this for no reason. I'm just doing this to have fun with my guys or with my girls. Why can't you go bowling, bitch? Why can't you go golf courting? Why you gotta go to the club? Come on now. It's all for a reason. Said commit Tate. Wait, can't go out with her female friends or male friends without him. I'm just saying. I'm saying it's not personal. It's not personal, JJ. I'm saying if a man has set his boundaries, trust me. Like I told y'all already, I'm open with y'all. I've only had one relationship in my whole lifetime, and it was when I was 18, and the relationship ended because of me, because I wasn't ready to commit, and I'm still not ready to commit. But I'm saying if a man has set his boundaries, just like a woman has her boundaries, right? Why do they try to push that all the time? You know, I've heard plenty of stories from my friends, from coworkers, where women have steadily wives, husbands that's been together with their wives for 20 years, people that's been engaged for like 2 years, steadily try to push the boundaries. It's crazy. Commit black. Oh my goodness. Wow. Exactly. So to say that you're insecure because, hey, all your friends are some hoes. If I say all your friends are some hoes, but you want to go out with them to the club, what does that say about you? Now, if all your friends were wholesome, and I say, hey, no, I don't want you to go out with them, then yeah, that can speak to what my insecurities are. But if all your friends are hoes, all your friends are single, and I'm like, you're not single. Why would you go out with your single friend and do hoe shit? That's just stupid. And you're like, you're just insecure. I'm just trying to have fun with. Come on now, get some new friends. Just saying. Now me, I don't have the same view set, but I understand the man that does have that view or that has that mindset. Me, go out with your friends. Of course, go out with them. You come back having dick on your breath, hey, that's wonderful. Mwah, kiss you right on the lips. You know what I'm saying? That's just me though. Pause.
Roles were switched, y'all would be pissed the hell off. But it's just the zero shame thing that a lot of down bad girls have. It doesn't matter who's in their way. If they can get what they want, you best believe they're gonna get it. And I'll close off this video with this final message. Down badness is it's genderless. Anyone can be down bad. Bro. It's like that one trope in cartoons where the devil's talking you into doing mischievous things. But it's in your control to either give into it or listen to that angel on the other side telling you no. Don't bark at that woman in her comment section. Don't call her mommy. Don't buy all that celebrity's albums just because you like them. Don't post that celebrity nigga on your story while being in a full-on committed relationship. I think a little down badness is always okay in society, but just don't push it too far. Know your self-worth, ladies and gentlemen. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
Shout out to Tommy and FG. Hold on, I gotta use. What is this? How the baby became the most hated. Oh man, we about to get into it, huh? We about to really just get into it. Niggas is about to really just get into it, huh? All right, I gotta use the bathroom though. I'll be back. Hold up. I pull up. You said you can't stand me. That's tough. I'm just saying. I'm a very free-spirited person, like I said. So if I commit to a girl, we're not really, the relationship is gonna be established that we have an open relationship. So if a girl come back from sucking a nigga dick and I don't know, I can't, I have no way of knowing that. She don't brush her teeth, she don't do nothing. You know, right on her cheek, right on her lips. She might still have the semen dripping down. I don't know. But I just trust in her. I just believe in her. That's what I'm saying, you know. That would be my relationship, but just not without the okay. All right. Y'all understand what I'm saying. Pause. Go to sleep then, JJ. You don't have to stay up for the stream, bro. Go to sleep. You can rewatch this. You're not missing nothing special. We just talking, just men shit, you know? The first time I ever had to tap out of a stream to go to bed. Hey. Listen, it's okay. It's okay. Latina men are my weakness. The baby really fell off hard though. Ghost, I like grown, actual fine men. Next, y'all gonna be Ghost, you're disrespectful. Komet is straight. I would never cross that boundary. Hey. Exactly. I gotta tell y'all that the story time about this DM I got where this dude, he actually crossed the boundary. It was hilarious. You know, I'm a troll, so I entertained it. I gotta give y'all the story time. It's hilarious. I don't know if I would put like receipts and everything. The thing is, he DM'd me on vanish mode, so I can't even show receipts if I wanted to. It's hilarious though. Y'all would just have to believe me. It's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Say, here we go with Komet. I'm telling y'all, y'all would like to hear it. It's hilarious. But we got Sunny V2, how the baby became the most hated rapper ever. We already know how he did.
DaBaby has slowly become the internet's most hated rapper. What did he do to earn this title? Well, his actions range from insulting fans to getting angry at flight attendants. However, the very first thing that began to turn DaBaby's audience against him was the time he'd get into a beef with kids YouTuber JoJo Siwa. The argument began after DaBaby would post a song titled Beatbox Freestyle, in which he'd hold up a photo of JoJo Siwa and call her a bunch of nasty names. The snippet was instantly shared to Twitter, where it gained over 1 million views and 42,000 likes on a post reading, "What TF did JoJo Siwa do that made DaBaby mad like that?" While some joked about DaBaby calling her out over a height insecurity, most were simply baffled that DaBaby would target a kid's YouTuber. She's literally a child, kinda out of line to be honest. Yo, that is funny AF, you really came for a whole kid, which accompanied a post by James Charles reading, "Can someone please explain why DaBaby is dissing JoJo Siwa when she's 12 years younger, 10 times richer, and 2 inches taller than him?" Now, DaBaby had absolutely no business in responding to these comments, as they weren't really even criticism. A lot of the responses were supportive, such as, "I don't think he meant nothing of it, probably just needed something to say," and the others were simply surprised that DaBaby went there, which is literally how DaBaby described his own branding.
I'm gonna say, I can't believe he said that.
However, despite also stating that he wasn't the type of guy to respond to things online,
when it's said outside of music and I'm expected to respond and clear it up without using music, that ain't what I do.
He'd still take to Twitter to squash the drama in a post reading, "It's JoJo Siwa. My 3-year-old princess is your #1 fan. I bought her every product you have out, she thinks she you. Don't let him trick you into thinking I'd ever have a problem with you. My wordplay just went over their heads. All love on my end, shorty, keep shining." Now, DaBaby's response was actually pretty decent, but since he never needed to respond in the first place, all it did was show everyone that he was paying attention to the drama and was unable to stay silent if he was criticized too heavily. In the lead up to this tweet, DaBaby had established a reputation as a kind of hardcore gangster rapper, and to be on Twitter justifying why he made a diss on a kid's YouTuber felt kind of inauthentic to his image. DaBaby stated in an interview that he's doing his own thing and is not really caught up in any of the internet drama.
I'm just doing me, like I'm not even really caught up in what I got going on.
Yet in a different interview, he contradicts this by stating that he's willing to change his opinions if the internet criticism becomes too harsh.
It's about how much you value others' opinions on the internet, or just, people's opinion around you. I don't value it until they get to messing with my money. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Now you probably need to take heed to that, make some adjustments.
While this is certainly a more mature approach, maturity is rarely what people are looking for in music and entertainment. I could be wrong about this, but it often feels as though the personality of the person making the music is just as important as the music itself, and when it comes to hardcore rap, people want to follow the completely unapologetic gangster as opposed to the person who's known for responding to criticism on Twitter. This point feeds perfectly into his response to the Rolling Loud controversy, which happened only 4 months after the incident with JoJo Siwa. Whilst on stage, DaBaby would imply that people with HIV weren't welcome at his shows, and since the event was being streamed online, the internet began to discuss the comments immediately. Now, as mentioned in other videos, if DaBaby had simply stayed silent on the criticism, the problem would have disappeared. However, just like the JoJo Siwa controversy, he felt the need to clarify his position with a public statement.
I'm gonna address this one time, and I'm gonna get back to giving my love to my fans. See what I'm saying? Because what me and my fans do at the live show, it don't concern you. It's not y'all business. What I do at a live show is for the audience at the live show. It'll never translate correctly to somebody looking at a little 5-6 second clip on their phone. It just don't work like that.
This Instagram live stream only led to more people discovering what he had said, and shortly thereafter, celebrities such as Elton John, Madonna, and Dua Lipa were stating on Instagram that they were surprised and horrified at DaBaby's comments. DaBaby stated that he wasn't worried at any point during the Rolling Loud controversy.
Were you kind of scared, like how everyone was like trying to cancel you and shit like that?
Nah, I wasn't scared. That was probably my problem.
However, this is a complete contradiction to his actions, because if he wasn't scared, he wouldn't feel the need to take to Twitter and apologize, which is what he would do after the Instagram live stream. "I want to apologize to the LGBTQ+ community for the hurtful and triggering comments I made. Again, I apologize for my misinformed comments about HIV/AIDS, and I know education on this is important." Going back to the problem of authenticity, DaBaby would go on to state that he didn't even agree with his own apology.
Even though, I don't agree with it, you feel me? Like, if this the example that gotta be made, if this what God want me to go through, you feel me? For whatever reason, let's do it, I'm with it.
And that he only put it out because at a certain level, you have to move in a different way.
You get to certain levels in it, you gotta make adjustments, you know what I'm saying, and move a certain way. It's simple,
Ironically, he's talking to Charlemagne, who wrote a book on how living an authentic life is the quickest path to success, which is something that DaBaby himself highlighted as the reason behind why he's been so successful.
What makes you different? Why do you have that drive?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just me.
Yet going back on his own statements and posting insincere apologies apologies was the opposite to being his authentic brutal rapper image.
As a rapper, somebody who can speak freely, and I'm not one to do all that hard work day in, day out, make all these sacrifices, get there just to be controlled like a puppet, you know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't how I get out.
Now, it didn't seem like DaBaby actually had any problems with the people he called out.
Anybody from the LGBTQ community, any of that, bro, I am not tripping on y'all. I ain't never had an issue with none of y'all. It wasn't directed to no group of people in particular and nothing like that. Like, it really ain't that deep at all to me.
However, because he blew the whole thing up with a bunch of his own social media attention, the brands he was working with began to drop him one by one. Fashion brand Boohoo publicly ended their relationship with him. Lollapalooza dropped him from the lineup on the very last day of the festival, citing their founding values of diversity, inclusivity, respect, and love. The Governor's Ball Music Festival, set to take place in September, announced that DaBaby would not be performing as part of their lineup. UK event Parklife cut him from the roster, though the rapper's team claims that the decision was made months before Rolling Loud. The team behind Day and Night Vegas replaced his setlist with that of Roddy Ricch. Even the Working Families Party quickly removed him from the list of celebrity performers, and on the Full Send podcast, DaBaby explained that he was set to release his own meal at Burger King, which was also cancelled as a result of the controversy.
I had my own meal at Burger King. A lot of people don't know that. It was called the Jonathan Kirk meal. They wanted to use my name. I shot a commercial for it and everything. They had my name on the box, everything.
Did it come out?
No, that's when all the controversy.
In a different interview, DaBaby gave a dollar figure for how much his comments had cost him.
I had $30 million worth of shows on the schedule before December 31st. I was finna buy my private plane, but it is what it is. It go how it go. You know, God ain't want me to have my plane yet. He's like, hold on, man, just chill.
And while DaBaby clearly took the loss in a very respectable manner, this seemingly did little to repair his reputation, as after being invited back to Rolling Loud 6 months later, the crowd threw drinks at him. However, the worst part about the controversy was, from that point onwards, DaBaby was berated on Twitter for almost anything he'd do. For example, people brought up the time where he'd attack a fan at a club for putting a flashlight in his face, resulting in another apology video.
I do sincerely apologize. Keep in mind, I couldn't see you.
Accompanying another.
I'm about to say I respect the LGBTQ community. You gotta put the plus there too, for the people that support. But I don't support it. What does that mean? I don't know. Imagine pulling up to Burger King and asking for the Jonathan meal. JJ, aren't you supposed to take your ass to sleep? See, this is why you about to fail your chemistry, your physiology and the human mind. The I don't know what class you got, but you gonna fail that shit. Go to sleep. Is that what you're referring to, Nick? The hidden video? I don't understand what is the hidden video. Of what? What's the hidden video? It's hard to find. I don't even
Another
know.
bizarre clip of him being rejected whilst trying to kiss a fan, which also warranted some kind of strange Instagram response to the event.
And he just kept making mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake.
There was also the time where he'd make what seemed to be a satirical tweet stating that he was voting for Kanye, which warranted responses such as, "Waste, I can't believe you're even promoting this. Baby, you got too big of a platform to be tweeting this nonsense. Bruh, you're not even eligible to vote," which accompanied a different, more recent video where he'd get angry at a flight attendant for not combing her hair.
We gonna pay all that for that flight, you gonna comb your head. Straight up, they dog. We gonna pay all that. You gonna comb your head, the least you could do.
This is probably part of the reason why DaBaby believes that social media can become a negative thing once you reach a certain size.
But at some point, I think like it may be safer for you not to use it as much because you can become overexposed.
But the real question is, how has this affected the performance of his music? Well, his latest album released in September 2022, which was titled Baby on Baby 2, sold only 16,000 units in its first week, which is 87% less than Baby on Baby 1, which sold 124,000 units in its first week. The music video for one of the songs on his new album titled Boogeyman features 5 different people, one of which being an obviously gay person, and throughout the video everyone is killed besides the gay guy, before DaBaby daps him up at the end, says "I ain't got a problem with you," and once again apologizes for the Rolling Loud comments. The whole thing just feels extremely performative and insincere, with this clear attempt at avoiding controversy only resulting in more controversy. Because alongside his new album's poor release, DaBaby announced that he had to cancel one of his shows after selling only 500 tickets to a venue which seated 14,000. Going to a DaBaby concert because I need some alone time and I know no one else will be there. If I put all my followers in a room and sang a little song to them, then I'd have a more successful concert than DaBaby. DaBaby concert was lit. However, to DaBaby's credit, he's taken his setbacks quite humbly, having replied to his lower album sales by stating, "Not bad for the blackballed baby." There are a lot of people who have covered in the past that are clearly deserving of their poor reputations, but you could argue that DaBaby isn't really one of them. He's a hard worker with a library of incredibly well-made music, yet he's been unable to keep his mouth closed on controversial topics, which only compounds when you compromise your integrity and change your personality to suit whatever the audience wants you to be.
I love Joe Budden podcast, even through all the controversy, even through all the changes, the new host. Just like I like Rory and Maul, but it's just Joe Budden will forever. He's a staple. He's a staple in the black community. No matter what you want to say, no matter what you think, he's a staple. Exactly. That's why I like Joe. But like I said, DaBaby will bounce back. Like you said, he's a hardworking individual. People loved his personality before. They're gonna love his personality again. They're gonna forget about it, like we always do. It's just a longer standing, you know what I'm saying, climb to the back to the top. They're gonna forget about it. That's just how it is, and we're gonna move on. The generosity, and my guy, horror movie characters I can beat. Let's get to 800 subs. Hey man, I ain't tripping off it, bro. EJ, I'm definitely not tripping off it. Fetty Wap, Drake, and SZA. I ain't even take. Next, even without him saying dumb stuff, everybody was on his head about how much all his songs sounded the same. Facts. Now I can agree with that. His songs do sound the same, but they are fire. They are fire nonetheless. So, you know, if they sound the same and they fire, what does that mean? What does that make them? JJ, go to sleep. Stop commenting. Go to sleep. You have school tomorrow. You have, if you go to sleep right now, you can get a solid 6 hours, 5 hours of sleep. You know what I'm saying? Go to sleep, my guy. Don't blame me. Don't say, yeah, I'm a bad influence on you. Come at or ruin your life. Don't say none of that. Okay? Go, JJ. You keep commenting. Go. EJ. Oh my God. You talking about JJ. But you need to go to sleep. You got to go to school even earlier. If you don't take your ass to bed, you see this bed right here? If you don't take your ass to bed, I'm pretty sure you got a similar bed. My shit is a queen with a headrest, and it feel good. And I'm probably gonna get in this soon. So y'all don't even gotta worry about this stream being that long. JJ, where the sneaky links at? We already discovered where they at. EJ, you out here lusting after Latinas and Zendaya's, nigga, after all the while you have a quiz tomorrow. That's a fact. Fact, Ghost. EJ gonna wake up and school over with. EJ gonna wake up school over with. Make a video.
Did you
How
just see
Komet
that?
ruined my life.
You just watched natural selection take place. Horror movies are one of the greatest blessings of convenient entertainment on this planet. Because whenever you and your buddies want to go to the movies with nothing in theaters, there'll always be a new horror movie out for y'all to watch. Even though 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be dookie, but hey, at least you weren't bored. And with that being the case, most of us are well knowledgeable of the formula of horror movies. Usually the conflict is a dude trying to kill you and your phone don't work for whatever reason and your dumbass is in the middle of nowhere for whatever reason. And frustratingly, usually when the protagonist is running away or trying to find a way to stop him, they sometimes pick the dumbest option or a choice that don't even help them at all, making their situation even worse, and I start yelling at the screen saying, "Oh no, why'd you do that? You should have done this instead." Ah! Then the person in the seat next to me is like, excuse me, can you please be quiet? We're trying to watch a movie here.
Niggas.
So then I pull out my gun and shoot. Why would you even make that decision? It's even worse when they're in a group and the group decides to split up. Like, why would you want to split up? So he can kill us one by one? Also, I'm looking at my skin complexion and I don't think I'm gonna last long. So if I'm dying, everybody else gotta go with me at the same time. These characters doing dumb things makes me mentally reenact their situations in my head, putting myself in their shoes, immersing myself in their sorry situation that me personally, I would have never been in the first place. If my friends wanted to do a Saturday hangout at the abandoned shack in the middle of the woods, I'm not doing that. There's a Quiznos down the street. I think that's gonna be just as fun and more safe. I'm minding.
This nigga said a Quiznos? This nigga wear black Air Forces. You said a Quiznos? That's worse than Subway, my nigga. Like, you can't even order nothing but rubber tires from Quiznos anymore. Like, they turn into Firestone on your ass. They not even selling sandwiches no more. Like,
In my business most of the time, but putting myself in that situation that these horror movie characters are in, I'm surviving 100%, 1000%. I know how to beat these threats or at least escape them unscathed. And I'm gonna go over the ones that I'm confident I can kick their ass and which ones I'm confident that I'm gonna get my ass beat. I'm also gonna have a 1 through 10 rating. 10,
right now,
I'm winning. 1, I'm sprinting. Let's go. First stop. First
like
person
me.
I'm squaring
No
up with is
I got
Pennywise.
insomnia.
And if you don't know him, he's a clown that sometimes be eating kids. So we dealing with a literal child predator. Daily life of a YouTuber. His powers include changing shape and size, mind control, teleportation, genjutsu, the list goes on. And if you know me, I can't do none of those things. I mean, I maybe can do the shapeshift thing. I'm a grower, not a shower after all. But I don't think that's gonna help me beat a killer clown. But if you remember the end of part 2, you will know how they beat Pennywise. So Pennywise gets his power off of other people's fear. So if you just stand there and face him off unfazed, not scared at all, you won. He ain't got nothing. It's that easy. Just stand your ground and be like, you don't scare me, and he just disappears. Just drop Pennywise off in the ghetto or even a middle school boy's lunch table. Not a single soul would let him cook anything. He would be DOA. And with that being said, of course I'm gonna beat his ass. The only instance I can see him catching me off guard is if it's 3 a.m. and I'm home alone in the dark and he just pop up in the corner of my room out of nowhere and I'm just like, oh shoot, you know.
that's when he's gonna pop up, my nigga. He's not gonna pop up when you're not scared, when you're not vulnerable, just like the devil. The devil, listen, if I wasn't so strong in my belief that I'm a good person, the devil would knock on this door right now. What would the devil look like? Holly Berry. I said Holly Berry. That's how you know I'm a nigga. Holly Berry from Catwoman. Would look like Rihanna from Battleship. Would look like Beyonce from Fighting Temptations. Would look like old girl from Orange is the New Black. You know what I'm saying? And I would answer, you know, and she would come in, do her thing, you know what I'm saying? But I'm strong in my beliefs. I'm strong in my beliefs. Can't be. Yeah, The Grudge is different. The Grudge is, yeah, that shit the worst. You can't even pass that off to nobody. Like, you gotta sit there and take it. Halle Berry was my first wife for Charlie. For Charlie.
That would spook me a bit. But as soon as I get my composure, he means no threat. There's also this one other weakness Pennywise got that one of the characters do in the movie. You believe any object.
They got this second season of, or is it second? It might be second or third season. I think it's third. It might be third season of Too Hot to Handle on Netflix. And I need to watch that. Because the first season, I forgot about the second, but I remember the first season vividly. Great show. Great show.
That you pick up and throw at him can kill him, then it can kill him. You can believe this chancla kills monsters, if I believe it does. This chancla kills monsters, if I believe it does. I feel like I said enough. Pennywise gets a 9 out of 10, low diff from me. The only reason why it's not 10 out of 10 is because his powers are kind of crazy if you're a little scared. Second up, Chucky from Child's Play. Yeah, the doll. His powers include voodoo magic, but only when he touching you, and it's a long spell, so you got time to, I don't know, kick him. He also apparently has the same strength and speed of a full-grown human adult, and I find that very hard to believe. Maybe the strength and speed of this guy, but an actual grown, average-sized man? I doubt. With that being said, I'm beating Chucky's Barbie booty. Bro is a doll. He can barely move properly.
Niggas that really know Chucky know you is not beating Chucky's ass. Maybe Leprechaun from the hood. Maybe you might beat his little ass. Maybe you might meet Mickey Mouse ass. You're not going to beat Chucky. Chucky is a different individual. If you know Chucky, you know you're not beating his ass. Maybe Jeepers Creepers. I could whoop Jeepers Creepers ass. Like, you're not getting my Peepers head ass. Like, I'm not letting that slide. I might could beat Jeepers Creepers. Like, I can't. No, Chucky different. Chucky up there with Mike Myers, up there with Jason, up there with Freddy. Like, you're not just gonna beat his ass regularly. He said can't beat Candyman unless you're a blonde white woman.
I would score a golazo with his body before letting him beat me. I would toss him like a football before he can even breathe a word next to me. It's surprising how anybody gets killed.
Listen, and this man is crazy because, okay, your first reaction, right? I can say the first reaction for a black guy, if you see a doll or whatever talking, yeah, we're going to throw him. But then we're going to get a little bit curious. We're not just about to just start beating ass. That's just not in any human's nature. Just to start beating ass. We curious creatures. We going to try to have a discussion with the nigga first. And if he come with the hammer, with the knife off rip, we dead.
By him in the movies at all. Granted, all of his kills are by surprise, but you can't catch me losing to a doll in a fight. No way, no how. And I doubt any grown-up in real life will be outwitted by Chucky also. That's why in every movie, Chucky's goal is always taking advantage of kids, manipulating them to do his bidding. Daily life of a YouTuber. Anyways, Chucky is literally the easiest horror movie character to beat in a fight. Literally, a child can beat him. Shoot, they already have in the movies. I rate Charlie a 10 out of 10, no diff. Next.
That shit fake, because if Chucky was a real villain, come on now.
Mikael
he different.
Myers. Michael Myers from the Halloween franchise, tall dude, brandishing a knife, doesn't have any powers other than being unkillable. Yeah, this man's feats are unbelievable, especially since this dude is just a crazy mental patient. Like, Halloween movies got no supernatural stuff happening, but Michael can get beat up, sliced, shot, whatever. This man does not die. Nothing works against him. Not guns, not being burned alive, nothing. He always wins. Even when he got jumped in Halloween Kills by the whole town, he still won! And you expect me to beat him? Hell no, I'm sprinting. I cannot beat this dude, even if I had the military on my side. I don't even think a nuke can beat this man. Michael Myers is the type of dude to be in Hiroshima at the time of the drop and only think of it as a minor inconvenience. I can't beat this man. Random thought, but imagine if him and Jason were on the same team against humanity. Bro, we're finished. 2v8 billion and we're still getting smacked. 0 out of 10. Extreme death difficulty. Like, bro, even when they beat him at the end of the movies, he comes back. There's no escape. And the next villain to beat is also rather difficult. Smile. Smile is that new horror movie where the main villain is a demon, and that demon possesses you to want yourself in front of somebody else, and when they achieve that, the curse passes on to the other guy that saw it, and now they got the demon. But you have a week before you actually want yourself. So during that week, you'll be seeing hallucinations of people smiling at you, but it's not real, it's the demon, and yada yada yada. So how I beat him, right? So unlike the rest of these dudes, I literally can't physically fight this guy, cause this demon's in my head. So I'm gonna use common sense to beat him. If I see this demon in another person's body about to want himself, I'ma just close my eyes. If I close my eyes, it's not gonna transfer to me because it only transfers to people who saw it. And I didn't technically see it happen because I had my eyes closed. Easy as that. But what if he was doing it in a cool way? What if he was doing a backflip while doing it? I have to look at that. So now I'm possessed by the demon. What do I do now? Well, at that point, the only way to beat him is to click-clack someone else. So the curse passes on to someone else on the planet. The only problem with that is, it's kind of illegal, and you're probably gonna go to prison. But no more demon. And this is when I thank God that I live in the beautiful, flower-filled obesity country of the US of A, where you can find loopholes to end someone's life easily. I have 1 week to get rid of this demon or I'm gone. So option 1 is, of course, to become a cop. What, that will only take me a day or 2 to become one. Then when I get my badge and my badge of justification, I go patrolling, searching for the first person to go over the speed limit. And then I see a man with 2 kids in the backseat going 1 mile per hour above the speed limit, and he's a minority? Bingo. I pull him over, ask for the usual, and then I intentionally press him a little bit to get a reaction. Then as soon as he raises his voice 1 decibel towards me, and now look at me with this opportunity that's standing right in front of me. But bam! No more smile demon for me. I beat him. Now the demon passes on to someone else. Extra points if it's one of the kids. I'll just say I felt threatened. And knowing America, I'll just get 1 week off paid vacation. You can also do a lot of other things. You can become an Uber driver and try to do a Walter White to your passenger, or just take your worst enemy to Burger King for a Whopper. The opportunities are endless to get rid of this smile demon. I'ma have to give this 8 out of 10, pretty low diff. 1 good fart from me could kill anybody within a 20-foot radius, so easy mode. Next, Jack from The Shining. Bruh, just get a gun or buy an air conditioner. Easy, no diff. Next, white people, get out. Now, this is probably the most threatening enemy for a person like me. They literally mind control black people to take over their body. And they learn these men and women by using their daughter to date a bunch of them or just kidnapping them. However, other than the mind control stuff, they're pretty much a bunch of regular people. But this is the hardest enemy I have to face because I have a chronic problem with white women. Cause if it ain't snowing, I ain't going, you know what I mean?
This nigga a coon. The generosity, you a coon? I kind of expected that from you. That's why you and Tommy is the same, because you know Tommy a coon. Tommy, my nigga Tommy NFG, that's probably what I don't like about him. You don't like your black queens. You don't appreciate it enough. You don't value them enough. Look at this. These bitches is going to be beat in 20 years. Give them 20 years. They ain't going to look nothing like this. You give a black queen 20 years, she might become better. She might get better on your ass. Look at this. She already turning like mayo. You know, mayo expire after 2 months or so. If you don't refrigerate it, that should expire overnight. Come on now. He better be joking. I'm just saying, bro. That's just crazy. He probably not. He probably not joking.
I love me my snow bunnies. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I love... Wait, no. 1 out of 10. I'm not winning. white women would be the death of me. I got one more villain I can guarantee you I can beat the dookie out of. Ghostface from Scream. Ghostface is literally just a dude that honestly just gets lucky. These guys are stupid. I'm surprised they even killed anybody. These dudes are the clumsiest murderers I've ever seen in a movie. Like, bro, they're the type of people that slip on a banana peel. You can throw the nearest object at him and it will slow him down. Throw a bottle, a bookshelf, your grandma. Anything will slow this dude down. If you have enough stamina to run at least 30 seconds, you're fine. Even if you ride a rascal, you can beat him. It's not hard. I'm rating Ghostface a 10. He's just too simple for a muscle man like myself. Those are pretty much all the characters I wanted to go over today. I mean, I can name more, but we'll be here all day if I was just naming all the characters I can demolish. Really, as long as I'm not in a saw trap and I'm not facing these dudes, I'll
See, you're different. You're different. I think I can get out of Freddy. Jason, he's invincible. Mike Myers, he's relentless. You know, Jason is invincible, but his main attribute is that he's invincible. The main attribute, wait, it might be reverse. Yeah. Jason is relentless. Mike Myers is invincible. So I'm not fucking with that. For Freddy, all I gotta stop dreaming. I don't dream on a regular basis easily. So that's cool. Saw trap, I think I can get out of a saw trap. Now, will I have all my limbs intact? Probably not. But a saw trap, that's the most feasible, humane, reasonable thing that can happen as far as horror. So I feel like I can survive a horror game, a horror saw game, easily. JJ, go to sleep. Take your ass to sleep. What is it? I might have to end the stream because you not about to take your ass to sleep, huh? I might have to hold in the stream for JJ so he can take his ass to sleep. It's 2 a.m. I'm good though. I'm good. Yeah. Over here sweat, JJ. You got 5 hours at most. Cause you said you gotta be at school by 8. So you got 5 hours at most to sleep right now. Take advantage. This is not an episode of Grownish. You're not just about to magically. No, come on now. Both of y'all get sleep. You too, EJ. I'm not saying just JJ. You too. All the J's. EJ, JJ. All the J's get sleep. Ghost hosts get sleep. Everybody get sleep. It's crazy. I told y'all this could, listen, Augustine, this could be long. We don't know. This could be 7 hours long. Like I said, I have the lighting. The limiting factor was the lighting. That's the only thing that limited us for going 24 hours, going 48 hours. I could do that easily. Come on now. That's nothing to me. But
find a way. This was fun to go
natural lighting, so that
but
was
before I end the video, hindrance. I have to say thank you
good night.
So much for 1 million subscribers. I'm honestly so thankful for each and every one of you. I cannot love and thank you guys enough. I love you. I cannot describe how much I love you anymore. So instead, I wrote a song. I hope you like. This one's out to all my fans, all my subscribers, everybody who watches my videos. This one's out to you. If I had a time, every time I thought about you, I'd at least have 3 dimes. If you were mashed potatoes, I would ask you to be by my side. Even if your name's not Elizabeth, you still are my queen. Every time I think about you, the words that pop up to me.
We got Unseen with 9. 9 YQ uses crimes. Okay. Prime, how you doing? How you doing? You don't got a 3-day to be doing right now? What is you doing right now? You chilling, huh? That's crazy. Yeah, I'm on late today. Oh, 9-year-old 9-year-old uses Trump. Okay, I don't.
This is Little Caesars Pizza. How can I help you?
On July 8th, 2003, a Little Caesars cashier in San Jose, California, received the most unusual call. A little girl with a whimpering voice, holding back her tears as she spelled every letter of her address, one by one.
I'm sorry? Who is this?
Little did they know, she had been kidnapped and her abductor was forcing her to call them. After multiple days of captivity, this had been her only contact with the outside world.
He went downstairs, came back upstairs with the pizza and was standing with the pizza box and was staring at me. And he handed me a flyer. And on the flyer was a picture of me and it said missing. Turned to me, he was like, I have to get rid of you tonight.
Kidnapped, assaulted, and held in bounds, 9-year-old Jeanette Tamayo was long gone when the police finally arrived at the scene.
A young girl was abducted from her home after school.
The police later got their hands on some footage from a nearby security camera, but it was quickly deemed useless due to the low quality of the recording.
Police have no leads in the disappearance of 9-year-old Jeanette Tamayo.
After days without any development in her case and no statewide Amber Alert issued, Jeanette knew she had to take matters into her own hands.
My fear turned into courage. And I told myself, I'm a fighter. I'm gonna make it.
In the thriving city of San Jose, California, in the heart of Silicon Valley, 9-year-old Jeanette Tamayo just got off her school bus and was heading home. Once there, she noticed that the screen door was slightly ajar. She thought that maybe her mother came back from work early and didn't think much of it. Once inside, she went to her room and realized that something was wrong. Her bedroom window had been smashed and there was broken glass everywhere. She immediately took a step back and ran toward the phone to call her mom, but to her dismay, the cable had been cut off. Before she had time to understand what was happening, she heard someone knocking at the door. Jeanette turned around and saw a stranger behind the screen. Scared and confused, she reluctantly opened it.
And when he was asking me questions, he was kind of peeking inside, trying to see who was in there. And that started making me feel really uncomfortable, and I started slowly closing the sliding door. I got scared because I felt a really bad vibe from him. And he put his hand in the way, slid it open, grabbed me, and took me to my brother's room. He threw me on the bed and took off my pants.
Out of respect for Jeanette, we won't cover the assault, as it is extremely graphic. After he was done, her attacker handcuffed her and tied her legs together. He then carried her to his car parked in the garage. There, the man tried to open the door, but couldn't lift it more than a few inches before he saw another vehicle stopping right in front of the garage. From the back seat, Jeanette recognized her mother's car.
My brother crawled under the garage. When it opened a few inches, the first thing I told him was to run.
But her attacker was already at it. He got out of the car and started walking toward him. At only 15, Paul knew he wouldn't stand a chance, but he chose to fight him anyway. He grabbed a screwdriver from the counter and ran at him. The man then immediately disarmed him and started punching him in the face, over and over. Restrained by the handcuffs and the rope around her leg, Jeanette couldn't do anything except watch in horror as the man dragged her brother inside the house. As soon as they entered, they came face to face with Roselia, Jeanette's mother. She attempted to fight the man and successfully separated him from her son. Then, Paul rushed toward the kitchen cabinet and pulled out a frying pan from it. He tried to help his mom, but once again, the man disarmed him before he could do anything and turned the improvised weapon against Roselia, striking her repeatedly until she fell to the ground.
I remember hearing my mom screaming, and it went quiet. I couldn't hear much after that. And I see the man rush back into the garage and into the car. And when I seen blood on his face, I was like, did you kill them? And he just started laughing, and I just started to cry. I was like, I didn't know if he had killed them. I didn't know, like, if they were there anymore, if he had killed them, and I was just thinking with the blood on his face that they were gone. My family was gone.
Driving like a madman, Jeanette's kidnapper cut through some of her neighbor's bushes. Fighting through her restraints, she managed to turn around and take one last look at her house before they turned the corner. She felt an overwhelming feeling of relief when she made eye contact with Rosalia, running amok behind the car. Her face was heavily wounded and covered in blood, but at least she was alive. Not far behind, her brother Paul was painfully limping towards some bystanders, waving his arm in the air and screaming for help. As soon as the car passed the corner, Jeanette started to scream at the other drivers passing by, slamming her shoulder against the window in an attempt to catch their attention. But her undertaking didn't go unnoticed, as her attacker immediately grabbed the screwdriver from earlier and violently attacked her. After being hit twice, she moved out of his reach.
I just remember sliding down and laying there and looking up at the ceiling of the car and just thinking to myself, I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna die.
Back at the house, after the police arrived, Rosalia was refusing to get into the ambulance. She was trying to explain everything that happened to the detective and the other officers, but her condition kept getting worse by the minute, and her panicked state didn't do much to help. So after they secured Paul, they had to force her onto a stretcher against her will. They were both sent to the nearest hospital.
To a mother, I don't care what happened to you, you thinking and your kids, but I can do anything. I can do anything. I don't protect my kids.
With their only witnesses gone, the police had barely any information to work with. From the get-go, they knew that Jeanette had been kidnapped and that someone broke into the house, cut the phone cords, and attacked them before leaving with her. But other than that, all they had was the crime scene.
One of the first things that I did notice in the garage was a lot of blood. I knew at that point this was a very violent crime. You start thinking, are we going to bring her home alive?
Heather Randall, the detective assigned to the case, initially thought that maybe some of the blood around the kitchen and the garage belonged to Jeanette. As her forensic team were grabbing samples and examining the scene, she also called in handlers and bloodhounds to get the search started as soon as possible. But sadly, this didn't lead them very far, since neither Jeanette nor her attacker were injured during the initial attack. As this was happening, she also noticed a security camera in the driveway of one of the neighbors. By reviewing the footage it captured in the last hour, they were able to establish a rough timeline of the events. 30 minutes before Jeanette arrived, her attacker smashed her bedroom window and burglarized the house. He then went back to his car and waited for Jeanette to arrive. Afterward, he followed her and knocked at the door. He then assaulted her in the bedroom for almost 30 minutes, at which point they headed to the garage. Meanwhile, Paul and Rosalia made it to the house. In the last bit of the recording, we can clearly hear Rosalia and Paul screaming for help.
You don't know where I am in the world.
But Randall was mainly interested in one particular moment. Here, when the attacker's car was right in front of the camera. In California, it is mandatory to have either a name, a license plate number, or a phone number tied to the perpetrator to issue a statewide Amber Alert.
It's heartbreaking. You have the evidence right there. It's so close, and yet you need just a little bit clearer video.
So before she was able to fall back on Paul and Rosalia, she alerted the media, hoping that, even without an Amber Alert, maybe the population would mobilize themselves anyway and spread the word about her disappearance. Together with her department, they got service helicopters in the air with loudspeakers, calling out her name, and gave press conference after press conference, just to make sure Jeanette's name was on everyone's mind in San Jose.
It puts 1,000 more sets of eyes out on the street, and we knew it was extremely important to push the information out to the public, give them a picture of Jeanette, make sure that flyers were flooded throughout the city.
Along the way, Jeanette kept mental notes of every turn they made, hoping she would be able to find her way home if she ever escaped. After a short ride, the car suddenly stopped. The man drove into the garage of a large white house. He opened the door, picked her up, and carried her inside. There, he went up the stairs to the second floor and opened a locked door. Behind it was a very small room with a TV, a little window, a bed, and a bathroom. He threw her on the ground and approached her with a menacing look. After each assault, he would clinch her wrist to the shower head using a pair of handcuffs, run the water, and leave her there for a while.
Like, I started to break down and cry, and that was my only safe place, was the shower, because every time he left me in the shower was when he didn't touch me, he wouldn't hurt me, or he wouldn't rape me.
The next morning, the aftermath of the kidnapping took its toll. While the rest of the Tamayo family gathered around Rosalia in San Jose, the police asked some of the family members to take part in the public address.
In the morning, he was watching the news again. My cousin was talking to me through the news. She was saying, Jeanette, if you can hear us, just know that. Be strong, girl. We're looking for you. She was like, just don't give up. That gave me hope. That gave me the strength. Either I'm going to fight to get out of here or die trying.
During her second day of captivity, Jeanette started to plan out what would be her best course of action against her abductor.
Because my life was at risk, I said to myself, I have to have a conversation with him so he gains my trust.
So she tried to ask him the most casual question she could think of.
I remember asking him, where are you from?
Her attacker turned around with a dubious look on his face. He stood up, looked at her straight in the eyes, and for the first time since he kidnapped her, smiled. An intense feeling of disgust filled her chest. At that moment, she wished she could have spit at his face, stabbed him in the back with his screwdriver, or any other acts of retaliation one could think of. But instead, she listened to her instinct. She smiled back, trying to look as innocent as possible. She then asked him if she could get a glass of water. He handcuffed her and for the first time, left her alone in the room while he went down the stairs to go and get it. Now by herself, she started to nervously tinker with the handcuffs since she had noticed that the lock didn't require any key. It was mechanical.
I remember feeling with my fingers a little button and like a latch. I realized that if I moved the latch one way and pressed that button, the handcuffs would release.
Now freed, she knew she only had a minute to think of something useful, something that could either save her or maybe help the police find the culprit if she ended up getting murdered.
My brother and I would always watch CSI, Law and Order, and the detectives on the shows would always look for clues.
Swiftly, she grabbed the watch the man left on the nightstand. Then, she rushed to the other side of the room, where the man had placed a few toys for her to play with. She grabbed a little clay turtle out of them, and finally, she ran by the bathroom and grabbed her underwear. She remembered that the CSI cast often used the victim's underwear in sexual assault cases, and she wanted him to be punished for what he did to her. But soon enough, her investigation was cut short as she began to hear the heavy footsteps of her kidnapper walking up the stairs.
I jumped back on the bed, put the handcuffs on, and once he walked through the door, he just looked at me, and in my mind, I was hoping, please don't touch me, because I had things on me that I was afraid that he might find.
On the third day, Jeanette's family was devastated by the lack of progress the case had made. Despite the incredible amount of effort pulled by Randall, the police still had nothing on hand that could lead to her location. When the police tried to tell Rosalia that past the 48 hours mark, most kidnapped children are never found, she refused to listen.
I feel very, very, very sad because you're scared. My daughter, she's a little kid. She has only 10 years. I asked the police what happened with my daughter. When my daughter came by, say, maybe never. I'm screaming a lot. My daughter I don't see for 3 days. I don't feel comfortable because I don't protect her. I don't protect her, I don't feel good.
It is at this point that Jeanette became completely numbed to her kidnapper's assault. Her only impulse was to stay strong and stick to her strategy. She needed to continue to manipulate him. This was her only chance at survival.
My befriending was working. He asked me, are you hungry? And I looked at him and I said, yeah. He gave me his cell phone. He had a cell phone with him. And he made me call for pizza. He gave me the phone number of the cell phone that he had. And I gave it to the man. The man on the other side of the phone said, can I get your address? He told me the address.
And just like she did with the movement of the car 2 days ago, she memorized all of it. If she ever got away, she wanted to be sure she would be able to take him down afterward. Eventually, someone rang the doorbell, and her kidnapper left the room for a minute. When he came back, he had a smile on his face. He put the pizza on the floor, and on top of the box, there was a missing person flyer with her face on it. He then told her that he would get rid of her tonight, before leaving the room. Once he closed the door behind him, she threw away the pizza and started to grab all the evidence she could. She then stuffed all of it inside the pizza box and hid it under the bed. When he came back, he grabbed a pillow and started smothering her with it. Gasping for air, she tried to push her face against the side, but the man was too strong. As the lack of oxygen started to take its toll, she felt an immense rush of adrenaline running through her body, and in one final push, successfully slid her face to the side, enough so that she was able to take one last breath.
As soon as 5 seconds later, after I got some air, he pulled the pillow off and he asked me, "Do you want to take a shower?"
When she came out of the shower, she quickly dressed up and made sure the pieces of evidence she gathered earlier were still in her pockets. She then heard someone knocking loudly at the door downstairs. She wanted to scream, but her kidnapper immediately jumped on her and put his hands over her mouth. Afraid that he would try to kill her again, she calmed down and waited for the person at the door to leave.
We were sitting in the room for a while, and afterwards, when he heard that it was all quiet, that's when he took me downstairs into the garage. It was all dark.
He then forced her into his car, put her back in handcuffs, and started driving. The ride was long, and Jeanette couldn't stop crying and screaming. Midway through it, she took a second to calm herself down in an attempt to make some sense of what had happened to her so far.
I remember just crying to myself and just saying, I did the best I could. I was just preparing myself for my own death.
But even then, she hadn't fully given up yet. Along the way, she once again did her best to remember every turn they took, but they rode for over 30 minutes, making it far more difficult than the first time. After a while, the car approached the neon-lit parking lot of a liquor store, not far from the highway.
The car had stopped, and as soon as he stopped the car, he grabbed me by my hair. When I looked around, I was like, "Where are we?" And he was like, "I'm letting you go." And when he grabbed me by the back of my head, by my hair, he pulled me towards him. He was like, "If you ever tell anybody what I did or who I am or anything about me, I will come back for you and I will kill your family and I will kill you too."
As her kidnapper left, she ran toward the liquor store. She couldn't believe she succeeded. She somehow gained his trust. These thoughts and emotions flooded her mind, and before she knew it, she was face to face with the cashier.
I was just all kinds of emotions in one, and I remember the gentleman that was behind the counter looking at me and asking me, "Are you okay?" And then he said, "You're the little girl from TV."
The man behind the counter didn't hesitate. He handed her the phone, and when he realized she was distraught, picked it back up and called 911 himself.
She said, "Let me use the phone." I said, "Okay, here's the phone." When she started dialing the phone, she was panicking, scared. She didn't know how to dial the number.
Once the San Jose police got word that Jeanette had been located in East Palo Alto, they immediately reached her. Detective Randall was overjoyed to finally see the little girl with her own eyes. But in the back of her mind, she knew they needed to act quickly if they ever wanted to get their hands on the culprit.
I walked up to her and I said, "Hello, Jeanette. My name's Heather, and I'm here to help you." And before I really said anything else, she let me know that she had some evidence in her pocket.
She proceeded to pull the toys, her underwear, the kidnapper's watch, and other items out of her pockets. Shocked to see how clever the little girl was, Randall asked her if she had anything else that could help them catch him. Jeanette asked for a sheet of paper and drew the house, bits of the address, his exact phone number, and every other piece of information she could remember from her time with the kidnapper. Noticing how knowledgeable she was, Randall asked her a decisive question.
I asked her, "Do you think you can find his house?" And she said, "I think I can." And she said that she could direct us by saying right or left, right or left.
While the police were heading back to San Jose to look for the man's house, another officer started to call every pizza place in the area to see if they could match the phone number to a complete address. But before they knew it, they were already closing in on the place as Jeanette shuddered with excitement in the back of the patrol car.
I felt brave. I think that's why I stood up in the back of the car and started yelling and saying, "That's it."
A few minutes later, Randall received a confirmation from the pizza place that this was, in fact, the right address, so she ordered a tactical team and a K-9 squad to raid the home.
Our SWAT team then put a plan in place to go and take him into custody. They had a layout of the home from Jeanette.
That's crafty.
And they went in and were able to determine that he was hiding up in the attic.
The suspect, David Montiel Cruz, attempted to evade arrest and threatened the officers inside the house, so they unleashed the dogs at him. He suffered multiple injuries on his arms and was escorted outside of the house. Inside, Heather also found the evidence-filled pizza box under the bed.
Police say they know little about the background of the suspect. He was arrested at this house early yesterday morning. The district attorney's office filed 9 felony charges against Alvarez, including sexual assault, burglary, forcible lewd acts, rape, battery and a special circumstance.
After the arrest, Rosalia was called, but emergency services needed to get Jeanette into the ER as soon as possible. After all, she'd been stabbed, and the wounds had yet to be treated, so Rosalia and Paul followed them and finally got reunited with her when she was stabilized.
I remember them taking me to the hospital, running tests on me. I remember opening the door and seeing my mom. And her face was so bad. Like, she didn't even look like my mom.
I think she touched my mom's face. She said, "You're hurt." You know, she was so brave. She didn't care about herself. She was worried about us.
You're everything to me, you and Paul were.
Yeah. Very happy because I met my dad. For example, it's when she born, second time for me.
The following years have not passed easily for Jeanette. For a time, she dealt with her personal pain on her own. She would never leave the house, stuck in the clutches of a paralyzing fear of men and the outside world. But when she was 15 years old, after 6 years of therapy, something clicked. She finally decided to face her fear and do something about it. 12 years later, TV producers reunited her with Heather Randall, the detective who, with a little help from one clever 9-year-old, put an end to the rampage of David Montiel Cruz and put him behind bars for life.
Dang, she kind of. Let me not say that because it's like. It ain't the
So
time
good
to
to
be
see you.
complimenting these women.
I never really got the chance to come back and like tell you guys thank you for everything that you did. Like, I really appreciate it.
You were strong, you're smart. What happened was you were amazing. You were brave, and that's why you're here today.
Even if her trauma hindered her childhood, she didn't let it take over her life as an adult. Today, she decided to follow in Heather's footsteps and study law enforcement. Her goal is to one day be a detective and help her community in the same way Heather helped her. And on top of that, she also wants to become a voice for the missing and every victim of violence.
Everybody has a story, and no matter what life throws at us, no matter what obstacles, we're all fighters. And we all have the ability to keep going. I turned my fear into courage. I got my family back.
Oh, wow. 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 That's beautiful. That's just sad, bro. Oh my goodness. That shit's sad as hell. That shit, nah, that's tough. That's tough. No, I can't really deal with that. Emotionally, I can't even deal with that. I can't even deal with that emotionally. I'm telling y'all right now, it's about to be the end of the stream. It's about to be the end of the stream. Let me get some music playing.
It's with him. It's with him. It's with him. It's with him.
Yeah, I mean, that just speaks on human resiliency. Humans are so resilient. Like, humans, like, almost need to live. Like, it's almost like, you know, when you find people that don't want to live, you like, what? You know what I'm saying? That's very surprising to me, which people have that urge and that feeling. But it's almost like, you know, living is the shit. Living is, you never had pussy before? You never had dick? Sex? You need to experience that. That's the shit. You know? Play on my own. What is that? Yeah, I mean, it it's understandable. It's understandable. Like even before and after, it's understandable. Before she was a kid, so she didn't understand the value of her life. After you go through this traumatic experience, you think every person is out to get you. You know, until you meet somebody or you finally get over that, whatever comes first. The Obito rap. I don't know what that is. You'll ask for McDonald's. See, you'll ask for McDonald's. That's the same reason you will get clapped up, whacked up, EJ. They gonna say McDonald's? I thought you was, a higher standard than that. Bomb. You're getting clapped up. You're not even gonna ask for no Wendy's. You're not even gonna ask for a 4 for 4, nigga. Damn. But I was still visit, miss nothing that happens. Now I got the devil on my left and the angel on the right, trying to keep it in my mind every time I decide. Hopefully next time will be in the morning because I was planning to sleep soon. Go ahead, man. I'm gonna probably be up for another 2-3 hours trying to edit this one video. I'm a night owl for my job and just in real life. So yeah. That's the industry standard. Yes, sir. Fine. Yes, sir.
Good and evil on my shoulder. To keep them up, feel like a boulder. I try to fight them, I'm a soldier. These are things I wish I told her. Keep you playing in my mind. Got me thinking I'll be fine. I ain't reading on the side.
Hope you guys did enjoy the streams. Both of the streams. One of them got cut short because a person that will not be, spoken of, and I just hope y'all enjoyed it. Like I said. And let me know if y'all like the late night streams versus the midday afternoon streams. Just let me know. Which one is better? In the battles with my inner demons to the point I'm on, and even in the evening, gluttonous for torture, horny for it. Being in this illicit slaughter from the Lord. I'm dreaming in a yeah, the stream is done. Ghost, take your ass to sleep. Come on, I guess the stream is done. Like, damn, how much you want from me? Damn. Hold up, you not for real. Driven crazy, but I got the will. Even if this life is not ideal, my destiny is still mine to build. So you a smooth hater. If Jason pop in my room, I'ma act like Busta Rhymes on that one movie, and he gonna let me go, nigga. So what you gonna do next? These are things I wish I told her. Keep you playing in my mind. Got me thinking I'll be fine. I ain't reading all the signs. Can't see the sun through closed blinds. Keep you playing in my mind. Got me thinking I'll be fine. I ain't reading all the signs. Satan, that's a different story, That's a different. Why would you even think that's tough? Why would you even do that to me, Ghost? Why would you even say Satan gonna pop in my room? See, like, goddamn. Not goddamn. Never mind. Damn. Yeah. Y'all have a good night though. Love y'all. Like I said, this R&R hour plus video is coming out soon, probably in a week or 2, 3, 4, 5. Just be looking out for it. Just look out for it, Get some holy water. I got it on my body. It's okay. I don't need no holy water. I got it on my body. I got the holy